Holii, vamos a seguir con Sumeru. Nos quedamos, la verdad, que con bastante intriga, tema pues de lo que va a ir Sumeru, bucle, etc, etc, etc. Ya conocimos a Nahida, así que bueno, estoy súper emocionada, súper a ver qué va a pasar, así que no perdamos más el tiempo y vamos. Antes de nada, deciros que tenéis el link en la descripción de mi canal de Discord por si queréis uniros y de mi canal de Twitch, donde hacemos directos todos los días, o casi todos los días, a partir de las 8 de la tarde, hora española. Y ahora sí que sí, vamos con Sumeru. Let's go. A ver... Nos quedamos literalmente en buscar pistas de qué cojones está pasando aquí. No tengo ni puñetera idea de qué significa el samsara, el bucle y toda la paranoia, la verdad. Normal que te digáis la nación dentro. Es totalmente normal. ¿A quién le tengo que preguntar yo? Ah, va.
Squall and Fury.
Y seguro que todavía no he visto nada. En fin.
Hey there.
Hey, it's you guys again.
She's feeling a little unwell.
I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of... Huh? What brought this about? I hurried back from the forest yesterday, and I'm selling produce here today.
To put it another way, if you really think about it, was yesterday truly yesterday? Did you actually come back from the forest yesterday?
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this?
Pero vamos a
Are
ver,
you two
no sé por
daydreaming?
qué preguntan cuando Nahida ha dicho que ellas son las únicas que lo
Didn't you know
recuerdan
that
por no sé qué, no
one
sé cuánto.
dreams in Sumeru? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to daydream with.
Ah, nadie sueña en Sumeru, es verdad que nos lo dijeron. Nadie sueña porque realmente nadie duerme, ¿no?
Actually has a point. Is this a dream? True. It's so weird that people
Porque viven en el
don't
mismo día
dream.
constantemente, si
Why
repiten
is
el día
that?
no pueden soñar durante
Anyway,
ese día, ¿no?
If this all really were just a dream,
Vamos.
we would have woken up a long time ago. Let's keep out.
O es que es lo que está diciendo. Que estamos en un sueño. No sé.
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt...
Yo pienso que estamos
I knew
atrapados
it.
en
I told you, the god's divination
una
is
cúpula
highly
donde
accurate. You just hadn't
todo va
fully
en
understood
bucle.
its
O sea,
significance
sé que va
yet.
en bucle, pero no afecta al resto de
You're
naciones.
really excited about
Entonces,
this, huh?
no sé.
That's exactly why we came back.
Help you
So, you're admitting that you don't have...
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into? Huh? Hold on a second. I thought what you just said... Are you serious? Does that...
I knew you weren't going to believe it.
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination. The
When you say
Lo
it
de la,
like
y lo de
that,
la oreja, no
the
sé. Es
divination
que,
does
no sé,
sound like
ya
it's
me
related
pongo a
to
decir
what's
cosas
going
raras.
on.
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything more, the book only says, if you trust your instincts and overcome your fears, the sun will surely...
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune telling is just... We haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to?
Es que en el sueño de esta, en plan, cuando antes de despertarse, hay como dos personas hablando.
Playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again? Yeah. If we tap into Dehya's strong sense of responsibility as a mercenary, then she'll definitely
Y claro,
take us seriously.
se han metido en el bucle en un cierto
This time of
momento.
day, Dehya's
Porque al
probably just
hacer
finished beating up
ya
those
había recogido
kidnappers.
eso.
Let's go find
Y una
her.
vez recogido eso y haberlo robado, ha sido cuando hemos entrado en el bucle, ¿no?
I'm fine, my lady. It's just a scratch.
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous Huh? You saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier? If some...
You want the traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kidnapped.
How did you know what I was going to say?
We need to say something convincing.
El mandoble de Dehya.
Dehya sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And then she was...
Tell her, traveler!
I didn't tell anyone about that. Including Miss Dunyarzad. You couldn't have known. And just...
All right, so this is the...
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything and...
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but
Porque no es
my
ella.
parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about. I'll go rest.
Claro, porque al principio tampoco era ella. No
My
sé,
lady,
paranoia.
are you angry? All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a quick trip.
The wind rises.
Nahida, we brought a friend. Are you busy?
I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunyarzad's condition.
The real Dunyarzad? Where and who are you talking to?
Huh?
I told you that you two are special.
Hostia.
Other people can't see me or Miss Dunyarzad here.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
Wow. How perceptive. Does she have invisible
Es
antennae?
la lobita.
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here, isn't she? How's she doing?
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically in a coma.
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of something like regret, or...
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero's festival has been So, you think the sages are behind this?
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zero's festival as a sick joke.
¿En serio pueden hacer eso?
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, the academic... Maybe there's
¿Tanto
more to
poder
the
llega?
Akasha than we know. Right. Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule? That means you must know something about the Akasha.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
A gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical. It's being powered by the gnosis of Sumeru's Archon.
So, this Nahida you mentioned.
She said, and Paimon quotes, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is...
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait. I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for, but...
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha? Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. What do you think?
Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What's happening right now seems to have happened before. People in Sumeru don't doesn't sound right. That doesn't... My mind feels exhausted.
You mean
Ah,
the
claro.
Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about
Me he caído
it,
yo.
my head's been
Tonta.
feeling... When the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a... Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information? Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't all...
What's the point of doing something?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single massive
Madre mía.
brain. This hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest
Madre
geniuses
mía,
can't
inteligencia
crack.
artificial.
An
A tope.
excellent
Tecnología.
deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive brain?
In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe
Yo he
that'll solve
dicho
this
algo tiene que
problem.
ver esto de aquí.
Yeah, I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy.
How does everyone feel? Huh? What is it? Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds
En
like
serio,
it's
no se
coming
dieron
from the
cuenta de eso
Akasha.
al
The
principio.
sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway.
Eso.
Traveler, did you...
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep. But we took off our Akasha terminals.
Hostia.
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length. At this rate, there may be casualties.
But we cannot lose all of our progress.
Paimon remembers everything.
Good. You adapted quickly this time.
We definitely took off our
No
Akasha
veía.
terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that? But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely has something to do with whatever's
Lo
trapping
sabía.
us in this cycle.
Lo sabía.
Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the Akasha go this far if all it wants is everybody's wisdom?
It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment
Se lo
to
sabía,
understand
tenía-
why they're being treated the way they are.
If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told us anything about yourself.
I guess.
The moon? Wasn't that the result?
Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth. So you should focus on other things. Don't get
Pero
distracted and
nosotros ya sabíamos ahí que Nahida era el arconte, ¿no?
Dehya helped us a lot
O sea, ya nos habían presentado a
So let's go
Nahida como el
find her.
arconte, ¿no?
If Paimon's
¿O no?
reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should be showing up soon.
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt? What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me
Hostia.
like that?
You
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed
Están
to get
como
out unscathed?
eliminando lo que
Those
ya lo
kids
había
were
dicho, ¿no?
amateurs. Shh! How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told anyone about it.
So Dehya's lost her memories after all.
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. It's as if I've already used it to fight a countless number of battles.
You're saying that although you don't remember using it, your body...
That's right. Both mercenaries and
Normal,
warriors
si
heavily
realmente ella
rely
la
on muscle
utiliza
memory.
40 veces más.
Only knowing the theory of battle won't get you.
Traveler, what do you think? Yeah, Paimon's feeling really hopeful. Oh, you're right. Earlier in the samsara, something like this would have never happened.
I have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still
Ah, ellas
dangerous
no habían
here,
cambiado
so...
absolutamente nada.
So you want us to take
No
Dinner's
sé,
somewhere
no
else to
sé, no
rest
sé.
while you check if there are still more kidnappers around.
How did you
No
know
sé,
what I was
Reda.
gonna say?
Forget it. Go and do your thing.
Claro, esta vez ya no van a meter a la de ella en medio.
Whew. It's finally nighttime. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dehya got out just fine today. Do you think the samsara has been broken? Really? Good job on all that progress. Hey, what kind of an answer? Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but how many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything beyond a made-up concept? It's even possible that this entire world is a lie, and the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sub-Zero's
Pero
festival.
que la vida real no está así,
Okay, no more. Paimon's brain is already... That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow.
Qué linda eres, tía.
Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away.
Gracias, Nahida, de verdad lo necesitaba.
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why it's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for... Yeah, even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day...
Oh.
Continue the harvest. Compared to what we stand to achieve, these sacrifices are trivial.
De vuelta otra vez. De vuelta otra
We're
vez.
still in the same day! Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the samsara? Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that... Paimon's at the Duke did that! What? Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me. Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe you're taking... What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence. In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me.
Yo me está dando pena, Nahida, tío.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
Viajera, no Dani.
Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory? Oh, yeah, you're right. Gosh, how did we not notice that? So, what's your new hypothesis?
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive that same day again. Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times, and... The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. The moon, illusions, and lies. That doesn't... Mercenaries rely...
Pues nada, le doy sí. ¿Qué?
Oh, then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone still thinks it's the day before. But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dehya has been getting better at using her greatsword.
Qué lenta soy. Qué lenta soy.
A brilliant deduction.
No le he dado cerebro.
Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused.
That isn't simple at all!
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dehya again? You might learn something new.
Right! She did help us find our latest clue.
Yo creo que sí. Los pitios porque nos han borrado la mente. No porque seremos un bucle temporal real. Tiene mucho sentido más que lo del tiempo, ya que a nadie más le afecta.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
Y todo el mundo los lleva.
As expected, Dehya also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I?
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing, oh, that works.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but...
Yes, your memory's being erased and...
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think...
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zero's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used? And common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
Qué lista la Dehya, ¿no?
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's
Pero
resources
sería
to
muy
replenish
rebuscado
everything.
eso.
It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
Pero eso sería muy
It
rebuscado.
is impossible. I've got...
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me. Miss Dunyarzad? Please come along as well.
Hostia, ya estamos.
Paimon can't believe it's Dehya who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago...
Paranoia mental, paranoia mental, paranoia mental. Es que lo hacen muy bien, ¿eh? Fuera coña, está haciendo muy bien porque cualquier teoría que digan, todas para mí tienen sentido ahora mismo. Y cualquier cosa que repliquen también tiene sentido. Ahora mismo no hay nada que yo haya dicho. No, esto es imposible que sea así. Me la cuelan igual.
This is a wooden training dummy.
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but...
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of the force. Angle and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy. As well, it's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style. And even the same swordsman can't make the same...
Is it really impossible? What if they...
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training. Whew, I hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain exercise game that's been super popular? Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong? But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime. Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new
Vale,
ideas right now?
entonces no estamos en el mundo real y todo esto está replicado al mundo real. Claro, y al estar replicado en el mundo real, todo lo que había antes de este día ya estaba. Sí. Todo lo que hagan ese día se reinicia. Entonces, cuando reinician, todo lo que había antes de este día, pues eso. Hostia. Hostia, no sé.
Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately. Huh? Leaving the city?
Bueno, yo es que no he pensado en eso porque como salgo yo todo el rato.
We never thought of such a simple solution. Paimon can't believe it. Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we
Sí,
how
así.
about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
Que es obvio que al resto de naciones pues no le ocurren esto. Es solo en Sumeru. Es imposible que el resto de naciones también le ocurra. Pero claro, no sabía que se les iba a ocurrir pues salir de la ciudad. Una tontería muy gorda, la verdad. Me siento tonta. Me siento súper tonta,
Nahida, we're back.
Por cada cosa que dice me siento más tonta todavía de no haberlo pensado.
You're back early today. Did you? Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the... leaving the city. As far as I remember... We did? But we don't remember anything. Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway. So at the time, I didn't think too much about it. It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. Really? That's kind of strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories. Yep. Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get...
Vaya, vaya, vaya. Cada vez estoy más rayada mental.
Our memories are back! About that... Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
Tío, me está rayando todo esto más todavía. Me está rayando todo esto más todavía. O sea, porque encima me hacen adelantar y atrasar y para acá y para allá. Encima eso me raya eso todavía más. No ir día a día.
Okay.
¿En serio? O sea, ahora estamos en el pasado, pero estoy haciendo como si fuera el pasado. Vale, genial.
The wind rises.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't...
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell... Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had...
Looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't... This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But... What if things...
Y Paimon, si tú nunca ayudas.
That Paimon can't do much.
Me han intentado matar y tú has pasado.
Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick look, and please, be careful. Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you again! Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon that you were... Paimon, calm down. She's here now.
Hostia, me
I
quedo
don't
la
think she'll...
puta.
Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day!
Hostia.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. Okay. Paimon, can you tell us you... I see. Using two people's different... After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you...
Hostia.
disappeared in an instant. No way! Paimon was what? What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory? I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose.
Hostia.
But this way, we'll also never discover...
Y no se le puede llamar a nadie. O aquí existen los móviles y esas cosas.
Something like a message? But how can we send it back? Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to be... Well... Okay. Yep! Now we're talking! I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? You made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know... Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status, and we'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the init. Let's go then. Let's expose those sages. All right.
Nada, y no pasa absolutamente nada, ¿no? Ni se acuerda.
That covers everything that's happened so far. Yes, although the signal was choppy and had some interference, okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's...
Venga, ponme un mensaje.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights.
What?
All these spaces are empty. Except for the occasional ones that
Marionetas?
contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
Paranoia mental. Paranoia
That's one
mental.
heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable.
And if we take... There's another part here. I only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared.
What?
Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
¿Son qué? ¡Oh!
Why did the message end right there?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
No, tío.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha.
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said even the final space has also disappeared.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like... My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one...
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch
Perdonad
of
mi
new
cara,
spaces
pero
materializing behind them.
estoy, what?
Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow?
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats.
Hostia. Mencionaron la guerra de los arcontes.
So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is...
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That... Hey! Where are you going? Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't...
Okay then. See you later.
Es verdad que cada vez está más rara,
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away! Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know! Oh, wait, no.
Ok.
You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and Okay. First off...
Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence. Those spaces remind me of... dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidia forest.
Es verdad.
Except these have no sign of human presence.
Satinar y todo eso está fuera de aquí.
The moon, illusions, and lies.
Moon,
what do they all mean?
The moon es, o sea, la luna es Nahida. Las ilusiones, lo que vemos, y las mentiras las que nos cuentan. 100%.
People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon. We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when she was trying... So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now. Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha... The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire... and it grants knowledge to the... Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's... But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha... Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom. So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing. The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's... Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Vaya, eso no sabía que...
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared.
Quería darle esto.
We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. My mind feels exhausted. That doesn't sound...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's. While their now vacant dreams are
Nadie hubiera
harvested by
adivinado
the
eso.
Akasha.
No engañéis. Si alguien ha dicho que esto lo adivinó, mentira.
No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream. And so begins another samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. So, this is like a dream factory. Very good, Paimon. Using analogy... Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha... Alright, last question.
L'arconte.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation.
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
Era obvio.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything... Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since... It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect. Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more. I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could they... Even you don't know the reason? Wow. Now that's... The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. Traveler, do you have any information?
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of... Those spaces remind me of... dreams. Like...
Celebrate the birth of that... Could it mean... You asked me this question before. My answer was, now that you know this is all a dream, this answer... Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this, instead of you, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from early. That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sabzeruz festival, they don't remember.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest.
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sabzeruz festival samsara.
Madre mía.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever?
We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows...
Okay.
Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. After we end the Sabzeruz festival samsara,
how can the sages of the Academia do this behind...
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real...
A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow.
Okay.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait, no. Hey, what's wrong, Nahida?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
¿Se ha muerto?
Did Dunyarzad already disappear?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Ah, como está en coma.
Paimon can't believe it.
She's actually something like a puppet, but not... The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like...
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the...
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, you know, speaking of which...
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it...
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about... I just gave her a little wisdom, so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, far from it. I'm still a long way off. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon...
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real...
To prevent more tragedies like this.
Great, but...
Although the Sabzeruz festival dream is under the Akasha's control, that means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So...
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here, which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Real.
Imagination?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal.
Hay que
Like
buscar
when
a
the
esa
server
persona.
at the tavern brings a plate to you,
you'd naturally
Me
assume that food is on
pertenecerá
it.
este sueño, tío.
However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more, the dream will respond in kind. And the server. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times, find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be, and even if we did find them, how? After all, like you said,
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are. As for me, during this time.
out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the
Yes. I want to try something. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of plot.
Sí.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this. She was such a good person, with such a simple wish.
Joder.
Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going
Pero,
this whole
bueno,
time.
a ver.
But we mustn't lose hope, traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us.
Y encima
save
que haya
everyone
muerto no
else.
se le pueda, no se pueda decir, coño, y ni que nadie más sepa que ha muerto, tío.
Huh. That's true. Plus, so, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flower. Let's go ask him some.
Ok. Pues nada, vamos a darle por aquí porque voy a empezar directo, incluso voy tarde. Pero bueno, estoy flipando, la verdad. Quiero saber más hasta dónde vamos a llegar. Literalmente cualquiera de las teorías que habíamos mencionado podrían haber sido ciertas y me las hubiera creído igual y hubieran tenido sentido. Pero quiero ver la realidad hasta dónde llega y cuánto de creíble y bien construido está. Ahí vamos a juzgar a ver cuánto de bien construido está Sumeru y su trama. Pero bueno, creo que lo van a hacer súper bien y por algo me habéis dicho que va a ser mi nación favorita, la historia de mi nación favorita, y queda mucho por ver porque todavía no ha aparecido el trot y eso significa muchas cosas. Así que nada, muchísimas gracias por llegar hasta aquí, por ver el vídeo. No te olvides de darle like y suscribirte para más capítulos y más contenido de Genshin. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Gracias.